Good morning, I'm Sean Yao and this is One News Now. The MRT, LRT, and even the PNR are set to increase passenger capacity starting today. To tell us how authorities are implementing this without breaking health protocols, Gerard de la Peña joins us live from the MRT North Avenue station. Gerard, how's the situation today?
Well, Sean, starting today, more passengers will be allowed to board trains following the approval of a recommendation that allows the Transportation Department to increase train ridership. This would mean that capacities of trains will be increased to about 30% from 13% previously. MRT3 trains can now accommodate 372 passengers from just 153 before. LRT1 trains can carry up to 370 passengers, while LRT2 trains can carry 486 passengers. The PNR was likewise allowed to take in more passengers. MRT3 Director Michael Capati said they are gradually increasing ridership such that it will eventually allow for up to 50% of their total capacity. Inside the coaches, Sean, there are markers wherein passengers are seated 2 places apart, while more standing passengers are also allowed. There are marshals that would ensure physical distancing of passengers inside the stations and coaches. Sean, surprisingly, there are no long lines here considering that it's a Monday morning. The MRT3 management said that apart from the fact that more passengers are allowed inside the trains, MRT3 trains are running faster at around 40 kph after a series of rail replacement works, and that prevents the buildup of passengers inside the stations. Sean.
All right, thank you very much for that update. That was Gerard de la Peña joining us live from the MRT North Avenue station. And on to the weather, the low-pressure area east of Catanduanes developed into Tropical Depression Pepito. Pag-asa last spotted the weather disturbance some 820 kilometers east of Verac, Catanduanes. It may intensify into a tropical storm and make landfall over Luzon within the next 36 hours. This tropical cyclone is also expected to further intensify over the West Philippine Sea and could reach severe tropical storm category by Friday. TD Pepito is currently bringing light to moderate rains over Quezon, the Bicol region, Eastern Visayas, Zamboanga, and the Bangsamoro region. Dinagat Islands, Surigao del Norte, Surigao del Sur, Davao Oriental, and Davao Occidental, as well as Sultan Kudarat, South Cotabato, and Sarangani will also experience heavy rain. We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here on One News. You are still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The IAC continues its crackdown on colorum vehicles, and at least 4 vans have been impounded in Fairview today. To tell us how the IAC operations are going, Justine Punsalang joins us live from Fairview in Quezon City. Hi, Justine. What's the situation over there?
Sean, the I-Act or the Interagency Council for Traffic is making continuous efforts to eliminate all colorum vehicles, specifically or more especially those that are currently serving as unofficial company services. This morning, they manned the ever-busy Regalado Avenue in front of SM Fairview, where currently 8 vans were impounded. One of the vans that was taken to the LTFRB office was servicing nurses working at the DOH in Manila. However, due to lack of proper documentation, the van was impounded. To avoid causing further delays to medical frontliners, authorities allowed the van to ferry its passengers to the DOH, but an I-Act personnel rode with them to make sure that the van will return to answer for its violation instead of fleeing. Another van was impounded because while the driver was able to present a contract of lease, he failed to show the insurance policies for his passengers. Furthermore, it lacked proper markings that is required for company shuttle services. Meanwhile, while the I-Act and LTFRB are busy checking potential violators, just close by, a throng of people are seen fighting for a chance to ride a bus. In observance of health protocols, buses have limited sitting capacity, and it seems that the available buses are not enough to carry the demand from passengers. Furthermore, the I-Act members have no choice but to inspect each bus to make sure that the drivers and conductors are following the protocols. While the passengers understood the goals of these inspections, some could not help but feel frustrated because the inspections are causing further delays to their trips. Sean, aside from warning colorum vehicles, the hefty fines that they will be facing, the I-Act is reminding public utility vehicle drivers, operators, and conductors to abide by the 7th Commandment Public Transportation Guideline. This includes wearing a face mask and face shield, no use of cell phone, no eating inside the vehicle, proper vehicle ventilation, proper and frequent disinfection, one seat apart system, and no symptomatic passengers on board. Sean?
All right, Justine, just as a reminder for our viewers, exactly how much is the fine charged for colorum vehicles who will be caught by the I-Act?
For colorum vehicles, for vans, they will be fined 200,000 pesos, while for buses, they will be fined 1 million pesos. And those buses and vans are still going to be impounded at the LTFRB facilities for a minimum of 3 months. Sean?
All right, that is quite a steep penalty. Thank you very much for that update. Justine Punsalang joining us live from Fairview this morning. And it was an eventful weekend over at the PBA bubble, with Barangay Ginebra's Mark Caguioa setting a new record, just as San Miguel's Terence Romeo is wheeled out of the bubble. The Beermen's title bid took another major hit with top guard Terence Romeo out of the conference after dislocating his shoulder in Friday's game. The former FEU standout suffered the injury after colliding with Ryan Reyes in the first half of their 107-88 loss to TNT. The Beermen, already grasping at straws without MVP Junmar Fajardo, will have to find a way to move forward after losing 2 straight games in the bubble. However, it is a completely different story for Rain or Shine, who notched their 3rd straight win last night against Northport Batang Pier. Rain ng Batak sank 2 clutch charities with 1.3 seconds left to give his team the win at 70-68. The Alasto Painters moved to 3-0, tying the Tropang Giga for first place in the standings. Likewise, the Barangay remains undefeated in the Philippine Cup after breezing past the Meralco Bolts 105-91 on Sunday night. Hits from Prince Caperal, Japet Aguilar, and Jeff Chan gave Ginebra its biggest lead of 24 points, 92-68 midway through the 4th. But at the 6:35 mark of the 4th frame, head coach Tim Cone decided to sub in Mark Caguioa, officially making him the all-time PBA leader in seasons played for a single franchise. The 40-year-old shooting guard became the only player to have played 18 seasons for one franchise, breaking the previous record held by Alvin Patrimonio and Harvey Carey. Caguioa even converted on a fadeaway in the last 2 minutes to mark his first field goal of the season. The action continues today with TNT and Phoenix battling for position in the first game. One of them will suffer their first loss in the conference after today's battle. And for Game 2, Terra Firma Jeep will try to bag their first win going up against the San Miguel Beermen. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.